Many people just like you are ready to get started with their freelance paralegal business. In today's video, I'm going to go over 7 items that you need to get started right away. This is your year. Let's get started and dive into things today. The first item on my list is for you to purchase a domain. And the reason why you need a domain is because you're going to want that professional email address. You don't want at gmail.com. You don't want at iCloud.com. Please purchase a domain so that you can get that professional email address. Now, when it comes to your domain, let's think about that in advance. There's actually a few things that we need to think about in advance. One of those items is, what is the name of your business going to be? Can you put paralegal in the name of that business? Is that okay according to your state laws? You need to research that. Don't forget to do that. But when looking at your domain, make sure that you've fully done your research, you've done the recon, you've looked at other paralegal services in your area, you've chosen a name based on your name, or you've chosen a name for your business based on something like environmental marketing, which is what I chose. My company is Arrow Consultants. Every single time somebody went out into the world and saw an arrow, maybe they thought of Arrow Consultants. So that's how I sort of chose the name of my company, and then I went to go look for my domain. Now, when it comes to purchasing your domain, there are all sorts of extensions, .law, .wtf, solutions like mine. I mean, there is just a ton of them. Think about that in advance as well. The less people have to type to get there, the better. I do regret going with a .solutions. I'm there now, and don't foresee changing it in the foreseeable future. But really think about that in advance. Now, where to buy your domain? Who owns the number one search engine in the world? What is the number one search engine in the world? Google. Okay, so if I'm thinking about that, maybe I need to buy a domain from Google, because what else am I trying to do? I'm trying to rank number one. I'm trying to rank at least on the first page of the number one search engine in the world, which is Google. The next item is create a website. Now, I chose Wix for my website platform. And the reason why I chose Wix for my website platform is because they have partnered with Google. Going back, Google's the number one search engine in the world. Google's where we're trying to rank, at least on that first page, if not number one. But if you're buying your domain from Google, if you're going with a website that partners with Google, I mean, I ranked probably within the top 3 of my keywords the first year that I was in business. Now, I'm not going to say that part of my marketing strategy didn't play into that. But in my humble opinion, buy the stuff from Google, and it's probably going to help you rank faster on Google, the number one search engine in the world. I will have a video coming up where I show you how to quickly create a website on Wix.com. Now, I don't want it to get too complicated. There are a couple different ways that you can go when creating a website, but I do have a video coming up on that. So definitely stay tuned, subscribe if you haven't already, and click that thumbs up so more people get alerted to videos like this. The next item is you need a timekeeping and billing solution. If you're going to be a freelance paralegal, time is money to you. When you get those assignments and start working on those assignments, you need to track your time for those assignments. Now, what is that solution? That could be QuickBooks for you. That could be TimeSolve. That might be overkill for a freelance business, but TimeSolve is what I use for timekeeping and billing. I do have a code, link below, and I'll put it somewhere on this screen. It is an affiliate code, so if you do click on that, you are supporting me in this channel. But my code will get you a 60-day free, no obligation trial, versus if you just sign up through TimeSolve, you're only getting those 30 days. So with mine, you're getting an additional 30 days. All right, moving on. When it comes to timekeeping and billing, you could just have a simple solution like keeping an Excel spreadsheet and creating something through PayPal and sending it off that way. I mean, don't make it overly complicated. Choose a solution that works best for you, that works best for your budget as well. The next item on my list is a storage solution, and preferably a cloud one, whether that's Box or Dropbox, Citrix ShareFile, OneDrive. You do need a storage solution. People are going to be transmitting documents to you. They may need to do it in an encrypted, HIPAA compliant way. You need to be able to deliver a link for them to be able to transmit documents to you in that way. Security. It's high up there on your list. Put it far up there. You are responsible for protecting the integrity of that data. If you are sending them a link to transmit sensitive documents to you, you've taken every single responsibility that you need to take to protect the integrity of that data. When it comes to that document management solution, you guys know I'm a broken record here. I choose Microsoft 365. OneDrive is my mechanism for that document management. Now, there's a whole bunch of other things involved in that, and we'll probably talk about it later on in this video, but OneDrive is my solution. But I've also used Citrix ShareFile. I've also used Dropbox. I've used, lots of different programs out there to figure out which one was right for me, and for me, that was OneDrive. So choose a solution that is right for you, but you do need a document management solution. Don't just rely on your computer and your hard drive. Make sure that you're really protecting that data. The cloud is the best solution for that. If you choose to save it locally somewhere on, a drive or an external drive, just make sure you're backing that up. And so in the event, something happens and your computer breaks down, you've got a backup of that data that you can retrieve. Item number 5 is kind of a big one because it encompasses a whole lot of things, and that is a case management solution or a matter management solution or a client management solution. And that is encompassing everything for tracking your productivity or your task list of things that you have, your assignments that you have for attorneys. You need, a calendar solution to make sure that you're calendaring those deadlines, calendaring when those assignments are due. You need to make sure that you have a way of keeping everything in a manageable system and solution that keeps things going, keeps things streamlined, keeps you working on that assignment and getting it done when it's supposed to get done. You need some sort of a case management system. And of course, included in that case management system should be some way to do a conflicts check. You have to have a way to do a conflicts check. You can't get an assignment from an attorney and be working on that case and then accept an assignment from another attorney and, oh my gosh, they're about to be a third party, to this suit that you're working on for, another attorney. Huge conflict. You got to do those conflict checks. And so as part of my case management solution, I sort of have that built in. And so you're going to definitely need something for conflicts management. All right, item number 6 is telephone booking and messaging systems. When it comes to the telephone, I use Microsoft Teams. Microsoft Teams is my total VoIP, voice over IP telephone solution. I have it on my phone, I have it on my tablet, I have it on my computer, and I can take calls directly from my computer and nobody is the wiser. Nobody has any idea that I'm actually talking to you just like this. Google used to have Google Voice. I don't think they offer it for free anymore. They may offer it as a paid service. I don't know because I use Microsoft Teams, so I haven't looked at that lately. Don't use your personal cell phone. Please don't use your personal cell phone. Get another cell phone, get another number. Heck, get a burner phone for all I care. But you have to have a way to communicate with your clients. When it comes to a booking system, use Microsoft Bookings. If you're already using Microsoft 365 for, getting Word and Excel and Outlook and OneDrive as your document management solution, got Microsoft Bookings as part of that as well. And there is a video coming up where I'm going to teach you how to use Microsoft Bookings so you can book consultations faster. We're going to make sure that you know how to use Microsoft Bookings, and we're going to make sure you know how to embed that call of action on your website and on your signature block. We're going to talk more about that signature block in videos to come. But you do need a way for people to book consultations with you so attorneys can talk to you about assignments that they want to give you. Now, you can use a system like Calendly as well. But since I'm already in Microsoft 365, I want to use something that's part of that umbrella solution anyway. So for me, I use Microsoft Bookings, and I recommend that you do that as well. Video coming up on that. When it comes to a messaging system can be, chat through Microsoft Teams. It can be through your website. You can set up chats through your website. When it comes to texting people, just make sure that you're being really careful about that. You do need a contract. You need to make sure that you have express consent and all that. Just cross-reference with TCPA. That's a Telephone Consumer Protection Act. I'm actually very familiar with that. And for that reason, I'm extremely cautious about texting people. But texting people ahead of a consultation and reminding them that they have a consultation could be beneficial for you, could be beneficial for your business. I don't use it, again, because of TCPA. I don't want to run the risk of ever violating it. But that's completely up to you. All right, on to item number 7, and that is a mailing address. You've got to have a mailing address for people to maybe send you checks. Yes, I still have people mail me checks. They may need to send you some hard copies of some documents, or maybe even some originals of some documents, and you need a mailing address for them to be able to do that. Thinking about that mailing address in advance, what if somebody needs to FedEx documents to you? That means that you can't have a P.O. box. So when it comes to getting that mailing address, I encourage you to look at something like a postal annex. You're still getting a street address. People can send FedExes to you. You're not getting that P.O. box. It does look a little bit more professional. That's actually what I have. I go through a postal annex. If you ever want to send me anything, my address is always below in the description area, but it's not a P.O. box. And so I can accept FedExes. Don't use your home address because people are going to find out where you live. So I want you to use a different address. If you've got to have a post office box, fine, but try to find a postal annex so you can still get that street address and people can FedEx you when they need to. All right, I know I said I only had 7 items, but I have a bonus number 8 item for you, and that is make sure that you have a data bank of resources. I mean, a heavy data bank of resources, guides, checklist, cross-reference books, everything you need for your local jurisdiction rules. And you need to get a huge data bank of resources. Network really well. That's my bonus item number 8. Make sure that you do those things. Now, if you have all of these things, you have a domain, you have a website, you have a timekeeping and billing platform, you have a case management solution, you have a document management solution, a document storage solution, you have a telephone and messaging and booking system, and you have a mailing address, then all of those things, you are ready to start accepting assignments from attorneys. Now, make sure that you're following all the procedures that you need to for your state, but those items should set you up for creating that freelance paralegal business in 2023. Thank you so much for joining me today. Good luck with you and all that you do, because this crazy legal industry definitely needs a paralegal boss just like you. Have a great rest of your day. Have an awesome weekend ahead of you, and I will see you guys back here on the next one. Bye, guys. Mwah.